The security was out early for this vice presidential visit. It was, as expected, tight security, especially at Love Field. While Air Force Two was making its final approach, 3,000 Republican women got down to business at their convention. Five minutes late, the vice president landed and stepped from his plane, ready to show off the new Rockefeller image: less liberal, more conservative, no more big spending. Escorted by Texas Republican leaders, the vice president dashed over to the convention center and the Republican women. These were the only demonstrators he saw, pickets from the Right to Life organization protesting Rockefeller's liberal New York abortion laws. Addressing the women, Rockefeller said they had gathered in the most dynamic and enthusiastic city in America. Their overall response to his remarks, such as on government spending, was not so enthusiastic.
What we have seen for the last 15 years is a nation which has overpromised and underdelivered. We've promised more things than we had the revenues, the income to be able to do. A family can't spend more than they have in income. A city can't, a state can't, and neither can the United States for very long without going bankrupt.
The vice president then came to WFAA TV, where he held a spontaneous question and answer session with reporters from 4 area television stations. Channel 8's Tracy Rowlett wanted to know if Rockefeller would pull himself off the 76 ticket if the polls continue to indicate he's a liability to the president. Later in the day, Rockefeller had a private lunch with state party leaders and businessmen. He held another news conference, and the subject of school busing came up. Rockefeller saying he would support a constitutional amendment giving states more flexibility on how they must desegregate.
In many cases, busing has contributed to racial integration, but in many other areas, it's created a kind of strife which I think has set the movement back rather than brought it forward. However, anybody who's elected in government has to uphold the laws of the land, and these happen to be the laws.
Before he left Dallas for Little Rock, Rockefeller held another closed-door session with Texas Republican leaders. Again, he reiterated he's not a candidate for anything. But if he is, it appears he picked up no more support here. Bob Serkin, Channel 8 News, with the vice president in Dallas.